Hello, everybody, and welcome to the full council meeting of Blythe Town Council on the 16th of October 2025. I would like to introduce a new member, Hannah here, who's our principal officer, and I would like to pass everybody on to tell them who they are.
Martin Wilkinson, Town Clerk.
Anna Jenner, Principal Officer.
Kath Lewisford, Town Clerk. Town Clerk.
Black Town Council, Wednesday Award.
Caitlin Jones for Town Councillor for the Plessy Ward.
Town Council for South Blythe.
Brian Erskine, Town Council. Sorry, Town Councillor.
Denise Nicholson, County and Town Councillor for Bearside and Lake Bristol.
Mark, yeah, County Council, Town Council, Croft.
Natalie Rolls, Town and Council for Wensleydale.
Tracy Elliott, Town Councillor for South Blythe.
Ariel, Town and County, one use them.
I'm Elisa Mullen, I am the Democratic Services Officer. Elaine Brown, Deputy Town Clerk.
Rick Baker, Town and County for Coogan. David Swinall, Town and County Council, local mayor. Thank you very much. Right. I would like to go into public question time now, please. This is for 20 minutes. You're allowed 2 questions. Would anybody like to start? Yeah.
Now that's been announced that the market pavilion costs £93 million. I'd like to know what you're going to spend your £20 million on. It's in Blythe itself. You're talking about regeneration of the town centre, and that's, you know, but what are you actually going to plan for Blythe itself?
Thank you.
Can I just say that the public question time is for Blythe Town Council
Yeah.
matters. This relates to the county council or the accounting body.
Right.
So really the question should be direct to the regeneration team of the county council.
Could we not find an answer out about that then, please?
We can pull some off the website. That's as far as we can go at the moment. There's projects being lined up, et cetera, et cetera. It's a question that the detail will have to come from the county, but we can direct it to that.
Can I come back?
I'll ask somebody else if they've got any questions first. Any more questions?
So follow up with the gentleman there.
Oh, cool. Dick? Yes, please.
Okay, thanks very much. What about the situation then about, we've heard that the station master's house has come down. You might know there's a petition afoot to try and save it in every shape or form. If it can't be saved in Blythe, people are saying, why can't it be knocked down brick by brick and removed to send over to brick down to Beamish and be stored there is what it should be. I will emphasise, mind, if that happens itself, there is a cellar that the government itself, which has been there for years. And that used to be for where they used to keep the parcels and areas, shelter and whatnot, So that would have to be incorporated as well. So I hope that, we can do something with it. I know it's in the 11th hour situation because I only learned about it by myself by reading the poster on the door and that, which I don't think is given enough time for people to realise that we've lost part of the only part of Blythe history about the railway side of things, and that,
Thank you very much for that. That's actually in the Croft ward. You know anything about the building?
Yes, the lead petitioner has been in asking for information on the station master's house. I believe the petition was handed into the county council yesterday. They have concerns about the heritage value of the site and would like to see it incorporated into the proposed extra care facility that's being developed there. I haven't seen anything in terms of planning applications for the demolition yet, or official plans for the extra care site other than the reports that have gone through cabinet. I have emailed the planning department at the county council, making them aware that the site is a proposed non-designated heritage asset within the emerging Blythe neighbourhood plan. Although the plan's not submitted yet, it doesn't have full weight, but because it has gone through a round of consultation in terms of heritage matters, it does give it an element of weight, which I do not know the value of that weight though. And I've also emailed the regeneration team at Northumberland County Council, made them aware of the petition being sent in and the implications of the neighbourhood plan. And they said that they are going to look into it and provide a response. What that response will be, I do not know yet.
Does that answer your question?
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Does anybody else got any questions? Yes, Aileen?
I was just like to ask, I'm not a bit contentious, but when the new skate park was built, there was plans for it to be painted in some parts with the high-rise areas. It's now getting a bit graffitied, and I was wondering when or if the paintwork is still gonna go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it still is an opportunity for us to take up. The original plans have slightly been changed. We're working towards another solution, which we haven't got costed out yet. The initial ideas of just doing a little bit of painting have been superseded, if you like, by the amount of antisocial behaviour that's been there in graffiti, and we are working with the likes of Stilts, other artists who've done different things, different skate parks in other areas. So I haven't come to the conclusion on that one yet, but it's still on the burner, if you like.
Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, Paul?
Paul Taylor, Appledore Road, Blythe, talking about the heritage and historical buildings in Blythe. What's happening with that building across the road from Spoons? The one that's
Derelict.
derelict.
So please.
No,
This has been going on for like, so at least 10 years. I've been
40
asking
years.
questions. And this, where's that?
Try 40 years, Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is this the one across from Pound Stretcher or,
Yes.
it's,
yeah,
yeah, it's like, it's you look from the wallet, so on the right hand side, I forget the name of the fellas there, but it's like a builder's yard.
yeah, don't
basically.
mention his name, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry?
Don't mention his name.
well, again, Paul, I mean, Blythe Town Council aren't a planning enforcement body. The county council are the planning enforcement people. I mean, we've asked this, the members, 5, 6 years ago, Glenn Sanderson was here. There was full debate. It's up to those officers within planning enforcement to take that forward. There are various regulations that they can apply, but it's up to them to apply. We can only just keep saying, what's happening. But again, that's a question that can be directed through your county councillor or a public question time at the county council. But we can't do anything about it, apart from obviously agree with certain points of view that it doesn't look that good and something should be done about it. But that's a view that town council have already.
What is Blythe Town Council as a body pressurising county council? Not just for that building, other buildings around the town centre and in the town centre, including the one next door. I would hate to be residents living next door to the sports club. I know it's a sound barrier, them two flats next to the sports club, but at least could you not put some pressure on the sports club for the sake of the local residents of what that property has become and what it looks like? I mean, I live nowhere near it. I just feel sorry for the residents that have got to be in that, like, straight after that barrier from the sports club. I know why it's there. It's just that they should still keep an upkeep of the building.
Why is it?
Sorry?
Why is it then? You said you knew.
It's a sound barrier.
Can I just say, the councillors, if you start speaking in this meeting, can you start and stand up, put your hand up and then stand up and start speaking, please? I can tell you what happened with them buildings, Paul.
Yeah,
They were bought by the club.
yeah,
and
that,
acted as a sound barrier, yeah. We've got a lot of properties like that around Blythe. We've got one behind the bakers at the crossroads. I think that, what street's that again? Stanley Street. We've got quite a few scattered all over the place. You know, yeah, we should do something about them
yeah, I
with the
mean,
housing shortage and things, you know.
well, I mean, I cannot see like sort of without having to like demolish or re-gut the whole building. But at least if they're keeping it there as a sound barrier for local residents, at least they should have an upkeep of the building itself on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say, that their private properties after that sandwich,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
This you have Croft Road, councillor?
Yeah,
Should
well,
we have more than the
I
other
can
one?
tell you something on Stanley Street and Comassie Road, which is where the premises are. The club has not bought them over. They've been in probate for a few years now because the person had died. They're now, they're getting things sorted, which there will be things happening, which I can't go into. Your ones at the other side, of like, where you're on about is opposite the Waller and the one behind it and the one where they could
Yeah.
be. Them ones are actually under observation as well, shall we just say, but there are things happening. It's taken that long, I mean, 40 years for me, but never mind. We're going another couple of years, because it was going to come down in 2006, one of them. But because electric something happened, they wouldn't allow it. So I went with a big bottle of champagne, but I never got nowhere.
Thank you.
But we'll leave it at that for now, but at least things in hand.
Thank you, councillor Nisbet. Councillor Piet?
That's addressed it.
Thank you, councillor Piet. And thank you, Paul.
that's great, thanks.
Thank you. Got any more questions on the floor? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Boris, one Isabella Road, Blythe. When I purchased my plot in Isabella Road, the understanding was that we would be paying for the painting and decorating of the outside of the building. And it would be done every 4 years. It's now 12 years since anybody went to put any paint on the side of the wall, the Suffolk signals, everything like that. The other thing is, and I've been up on the roof lately, that I've noticed that the tiles are starting to fall apart, and I know for a fact that their flats were built 60 years ago. So I was just wondering who's going to put the roof on?
Okay, answer that.
Again, it's, you know, we're taking questions on Blythe Town Council matters. Again, this is a county council one. You know, we don't know the answer to that question, unfortunately.
So it's going to be, I've got to put that to county council.
Yes, please, yeah.
Who's the county council?
For Isabella,
Who?
it's, councillor Johnson.
Your Gilson.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Do we have any more, questions on the floor? Paul?
Just basically what's happening with the rest of the regeneration of the town centre, namely Regent Street, Seaforth Street, Simpson Street. That was part of the plans, and it was supposed to be carried on through from Bow Street onto those 3 other streets. Nothing's happened.
Yes, so there's a regeneration plan going in at the moment.
Oh, but it's already been done.
Well-
It was already in the plans.
It's going on at the moment, to try and get some finances for to do all these things.
But that was, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, but it was given to the public
County
that
council.
Regent Street,
Paul, that's another county council matter, sorry. Thank you very much. Do we have any more on the floor?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There's units on the water bikes in Newsham. Our neighbour hit twice a day. And they're figured, good all over the place, man. Well, what's going to be done with that?
We just had a police liaison meeting today prior to this meeting. And the police are looking into all of this. They have had results in the past. There's been some of them captured along the beach. We get a lot of these speeding through the little cuts and alleyways, and councillors are being asked if they can, you know, put in for, this is county council, for barriers along these thin cuts, because they're, you know, they're very dangerous and that. But the police are actually looking at that now. This was a pre-meeting and, you know, hopefully we'll get it sorted out for you all. And you. Any more on the floor? No? Thank you very much. We'll continue now.
It's starting.
Yeah, we'll start the meeting proper now. Have I got any apologies for absence?
Yeah, we've
I've got.
we've been all the.
Who was that?
No, you can.
No, you're right.
This is a public part of the meeting, Gordon, so you can stay for as long as you wish.
There's no conflict.
No, not yet.
I've received apologies from councillor Campbell and councillor Bosher.
John Woods.
Thank you. Sorry,
John Woods.
John Woods. That's three. Thank you very much. Agenda 2, the closure of interest in grants of dispensations. We have any?
I haven't received any, Chair.
None. Very much. We'll come down to the mayor's announcements now. I'll stand up and do this. It's just a message to the community. Mayoral appointments continue to progress well, allowing me and Deputy Mayor Baker to attend events both locally and outside the area. The charities, churches and clubs I have spoken to are all doing a sterling job, supporting those who are struggling. Volunteers are our lifeline for many, and I highly encourage you to consider applying. It is a very rewarding commitment, both mentally and physically. It is important to keep moving, keep improving and respect each other. As we head into the winter months, with the North Sea wind showing no mercy at all, I encourage everyone to be a good neighbour to those who might need a little extra help. Keep warm, stay safe and look after each other. I also hope you enjoy the events planned around the region and stay safe over Guy Fawkes Night. Best wishes everybody. Thank you. Now I would like to announce a presentation to our ex-mayor, Aileen Barras. Aileen Barras, would you like to come up, Aileen? Aileen is what ex-mayor last year. Just done a sterling job again, you know, and I would like to thank you for everything you have done.
Thank you very much.
This is your presentation.
That's lovely. Thank you, everybody. This means a lot to me, more than anybody will ever know. The path that I have come over the last 4 years has been absolutely phenomenal. And I'd just like to wish the new town council all the very best and good luck in the week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come down to item 4, which is the minutes of the special full council meeting held on the 18th of September 2025. To agree the minutes as a true record. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll go down to item 5, actions outstanding from the previous minutes. I would like to bring in Malcolm. It's about decision report on allotment wildfire ponds. Wildlife ponds. Do this one.
Yes. Thank you, Chair. The decision report on wildlife ponds for allotments has been backwards and forwards from Environment Committee to Town Council. And it's come back again. At the previous Town Council meeting, further research was requested, further discussion with the allotment associations and looking and options for raised ponds. They have been addressed within the context of this report, and it's a simple decision for the council to make as to whether they wish to agree to wildlife ponds or not.
Thank you very much. Do we agree on this policy, Denise?
Can I just say something?
Yep. Now stand up, please, David, for everybody.
I don't think it is a simple decision. I think when we decided with the environment committee to actually go ahead with this, it was a very big decision. And I did actually say as the chair of the environment in the last general meeting that I disagreed with the whole aspect of it. There's some of the things here that I'm not very happy with. One of them being that we've got netting over the top of the ponds to prevent accidents where children may fall in the pond even though they're supervised. But if it's a wildlife pond and you've got netting over it, then the wildlife's going to get caught in the netting and it's going to get killed. So that's just one little aspect. And I really don't think that wildlife ponds are the thing to have in an allotment. I did suggest that we should, if anybody wants to have anything with as far as like looking after birds on if they've got ducks or geese or whatever, they should have bird baths and we shouldn't have wildlife ponds at all. So even though you may say this is a simple decision, totally disagree with that, and I think needs further discussion.
Thank you. Sir Johnson.
It's only a point on here that it says that the Plessy ward is on the wards included. However, there's no allotments in the Plessy ward anymore, so it's not affected by this. The point of clarification. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Pass it to you. What do you do about this?
Well, I mean, Councillor Johnson has raised the fact that we shouldn't have any ponds, and if he's putting that motion forward, then unless other people have got their alternative motions, then you can have a vote on.
Would you like to put that to the vote, Councillor Johnson?
What we do, yes.
Thank you very much. So the motion is.
I'm proposing that we don't have any wildlife pond in the allotments.
Right, can we take a vote on this, that we don't have any wildlife ponds in our allotments?
Okay, sorry, Chair, can I just ask a question on this one? Before we do this, can somebody define a conflict? A secure compound? Define a secure compound. It's a locked compound. So these allotments are locked compounds inside a locked compounds, and then you have a wildlife bit inside a locked compound. It's 3 layers of security, and we're going to go and vote here on and say in case children fall in. It is absolutely, in my opinion, it's the most silliest proposal ever given to this.
I think there's a lot more to that than children falling into ponds. It's environmental.
But you've got to get.
It's environmental as well.
Yeah,
Just start up, please, when you,
I don't want to start, Mr. Chair, sorry.
well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, but I've got
in future
a
meetings.
apologies.
You just walk here.
But if you've got 3 layers of security for that, but and then the what it produces with flies, you know what I mean, insects for birds to eat, is a benefit to the local infrastructure of the bios, you know, for what the everything for the urban environment. I just think this is very silly to put forward.
Did you want to change?
It's a triple secure compound, and we're going to vote in case a child falls in.
It's not just that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you will have an opportunity to vote. Yeah, right. But it isn't a triple secure compound. Sorry. You know, there might be a gate on the outside, and they're always locked.
But then you've got a gate inside.
Those are the allotment gates. And when allotment tenants are there, they are moving in and out, and the gates aren't locked. And that is a constant problem we have in reminding allotment holders to lock the outside gate from a public highway.
Yeah.
But they're still left open. So it's not as secure as you think.
Councillor Johnson.
The point that councillor Erskine is bringing up here is children. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is netting is going to be put over the top of the ponds in order to, and it was written down in the report, to make it secure for children. My argument is if there's netting over the top of the ponds, the wildlife, which I'm going to define as like blackbirds, and other kinds of birds, fledglings, will go into the ponds because they want to have a drink of water. They will get caught in the netting, and when there's nobody there, they will die.
Thank you, councillor Johnson. Can I bring in Hannah, please?
Councillor, in response to your point about the netting within the policy and section 1, the introduction, I can see that it says consideration should be given to placing netting over the pond. It's not enforced, it's an assessment on risk. It would not be enforced that netting would have to be over the pond. Hope that helps answer her question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just going on from the environmental meeting we had discussing the ponds. I brought up the issue of DEFRA. You know, had that been looked into? And I'm sure from recollection that we were informed that it couldn't, even though there are rules under DEFRA about having wildlife ponds, it couldn't be policed, it couldn't be, you know, within the allotment society. Has anything moved on from that? Because I'm not seeing anything like that in the report.
It's just still the same, Ocean County. We can't police it. You know, you can do inspections. We can't police it all the time.
So,
Can I
yeah,
just add something? I think, maybe I've got this wrong, but in the last meeting, sorry, we're talking about the raised pond rather than the low pond. I can't see anything in here regarding that because we thought that would have been the better option if it was raised up off the ground.
Sorry, Catherine, I just say it's sorry.
yeah. Please, Tracy.
Yes, it was discouraged because it promotes bringing external materials onto the allotments and it's caused a trip hazard. Yeah, so you don't have to say that in the
It
report.
is in the policy, yes.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Yes, councillor Johnson.
Thank you. Obviously we have gone backwards and forwards on this policy now, and I will say I'm a little lost with some of it. Can you remind me why this was brought to council in the first place? Is it just because of the number of requests that we've received and that's why we've done the report? Thank you.
There was more of an informal order convention that people could do. This was a way of just following it because people were wanting to bring in baths and everything like that and jacuzzi type of thing. So we've got to more regulate it, and that's why we're trying to bring a policy in just to make it clear for everybody. And that they had to ask us first before they did anything.
Thank you.
Yes. So the policy is there and it's been written out and I'm sure everybody's read it. It's quite in depth. Councillor Johnson, are you proposing we don't have any wildlife ponds at all?
That's what I'm proposing. It's that.
Do we have a seconder on that? Who seconded?
Yeah, that's
Okay. Right. What we'll go with Phil first. Can we take a vote on not having any wildlife ponds and allotments, please? Six. And those against?
Those in favour.
In favour, or those in favour of the policy?
Sorry, hang on, sorry, what?
Those in favour.
Those in favour of the policy?
Oh, apologies, I've got mixed up. Yeah.
Right, I've just taken note of.
so no point. So who does vote for allowing a lot, wildlife ponds.
Allowing. Yes, allowing.
So that's three. Can I just clarify the rest of the members are abstaining?
Staying, yeah.
Three abstain.
Yes.
Okay, so councillor Johnson's motion is carried. Thank you very much.
Can I just say that this decision will apply from this council meeting. There still will be ponds, which will be monitored, but will not allow any other ponds on the site as per the policy.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to item 6, agenda 6. All right.
It's just another action from a previous meeting. I mentioned at governance committee the other last week that we were getting to a point of finalising the insurance for the council, where we're going from self-insuring to insuring basically all of our external assets. That has now been completed. We'll put an estimate in, probably cost about another 17,000. It came in at about 16.5. And we paid a pro rata amount to take us up to December, when the full premium will be paid again. The effect of that, it'll mean that the budget that would normally got in for about £9,000 will probably go up to about 27 next year with the inflation that the January put on. So that'll be reflected in the budget that comes to the governance committee in January. But it will release the self-insured fund that we had of just over 300,000.
Thank you very much. Move on to agenda 6, which is committee meeting minutes to be agreed. Community funding subcommittee on the 9th of September 2025. Do we agree that the minutes were correct?
Agreed.
Agreed. Move on to 6.2. Environment Committee on the 18th of September 2025. Do we agree on the minutes? Agreed. We move on to 6.3, Community Development Committee on the 25th of September 2025. Do we agree on the minutes? Agreed. Move on to 6.4, Governance Committee, 7th October 2025. Do we all agree on these meetings? Agreed. Thank you very much. Move on to agenda 7, recommendations from committees. 7.1 was allotment fires and the Environment Committee. It's been a policy written for that one. By consultation. Then there's been a consultation with residents that live around the allotments.
Thank you, Chair. Environment Committee and Council, around January, February earlier this year, at the request of some of the tenants, they wanted us to consider allowing allotment fires all year round, and moving away from the October to March period where they previously been allowed. The council at the time agreed to a trial period, and during that period we have had some complaints from neighbours on allotments, near allotment sites about fires, and we have gone round to speak to the tenants straight away. But what we did towards the end of September, we publicised that we were going to be doing this consultation for presentation to this council. The two allotment associations, their committees, have spoken to their allotment tenants, We've got their response, which is reflected in the table. We've also, on the tenants that we manage, we asked them to comment within their rent letter. And what we've also done for every property that I have faces onto or backs onto an allotment site, we've hand delivered a letter asking for their comments. And the results are in the table on the second page there. So you can see the responses in the various categories, the number of responses that we've had, and the totals. And basically the choice is, do this council want to support all year fires, or do you want to go back to the previous period where you allow fires October to March, or do you want to have another trial period? And it's open any questions.
Sorry, Dan was first. Oh, sorry, and then Abdul was first. David Johnson, and then Pete.
This is quite a contentious issue. I'm looking at the number of people who actually responded. You've got 40 residents who responded, but no, they're not included by the looks of things. So I'm just wondering why that was. Because as my sister is an allotment holder, she knows nothing about this. So how was it communicated and sent out? However, as a person who has to respond to the fires in the area, I must admit that I was getting a bit peeved at the number of people who were complaining when there was fires and the wind was blowing directly onto their property. So and it was mainly on the weekends as well. So I think there has to be some sort of restraints. I'm thinking in terms of sort of like August, July and August, the summer months. I don't think people should be allowed to have fires then. Maybe it's weekends. I don't know how I'm thinking about this, but it was just the sort of things that are going through my head. There has to be some kind of restriction because there are people who are living around the area who are affected. There's also people on the allotments as well who've got health problems, and the fires affect their health. In the summertime seems to be the time when people like to get out and work on their allotments. And when you've got somebody who's in the adjacent allotment who's got a great big bonfire burning, and you've got a health problem, it's not conducive to being in a healthy environment. So those are just a couple of things I'd like to bring up for people to consider when we're discussing this. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We have Daniel, did you?
Thanks, Jeff. Just a point of clarification first from the town clerk. Did you say that there was hand-delivered letters to all the residents? Did you say not?
That either faced onto an allotment or backed onto an allotment.
Excellent.
That's 400.
Yep.
460.
Brilliant. Yep. One thing I've always said is that as long as the residents are communicated to and it's put in the hand and say, there you go, you tell us what you, rather than saying it's gone for your door and then it's in the dog here or something like that. So you'd be excellent on that. I wasn't actually going to speak on this, Chair, because there are no allotments in South Blyth, so it's actually which I've discussed once rather than this. But what I would say is that allotments to a lot of our residents are hobbies almost, where it's their livelihood. And I would say, personally, I say that with all the residents, 40 of them have been spoken to and say, I oppose this because during the summer, I like to hang my washing out in the back garden and that fire is just making it pointless. So 40 people have responded, perfect. One representative from the Community Association of 190 plot holders has also agreed and said, reverted back from October to March, great. To me, Chair, that gives us the answer that this committee, this council, should be going for. But obviously that's for members to decide. But again, I say, Chair, that it's a hobby, it's some people's livelihoods, they spend all the time doing this. We shouldn't take away things from the allotment holders. We should be managing it in balance with the residents and the allotment holders. So in my opinion, this is the best option and I will be voting for it. But personally, I just want to say, Malcolm, thank you for doing something. I'm really happy to hear that every single person got that copy and was told, give us your response, because if you don't, you can't complain online about it. Thank you.
And you, Councillor Carl, Councillor Nisbet.
So it's more or less on the same lines, really. There's 40 opposed it, and I think we should be listening to the residents anyway. So I think I think we should revert back over to what it was.
Previous, yeah, yes. Yeah. you want to see anything on that, Rick?
I'm in, all I say is I'd like to agree with, councillor Carr's comments. I'm glad that, people are being consulted in a proper way. Obviously, the experiment, if you like, has finished. So it's now to decide whether we actually have a different viewpoint going forward, or we revert to the original, back to the status quo, and October to March only burnings.
Yes, out of 119 plot holders, only one represented the questionnaire. You've got 40 residents.
Sorry, can I just clarify that in that responses from the allotment association committees, the committee have responded. One committee's responded to say that when they have spoke to their allotment plot holders, like the first one, they represent 197 plot holders. And the feeling of the 197 is that the majority want all-year fires. In the other association, where there's 119, the majority of the 119 and the views of the 119 were more in favour of going back to the October and March. And so it's not one out of 197, it's 119.
Some animal fires as well. We've got 3 that didn't want no fires at all. Sorry, councillor Jones.
Chair, I'd just like to propose that we revert back to the policy of allowing fires between October and March.
I'll second that, Chair.
Yeah, vote on that one. Councillor Erskine.
Yeah, could I have a name vote on this one, please?
Name vote?
Yes, please.
Certainly.
Just another point of clarification, Chair, the plot holders, can we know which was which for the supporting and the reverting back to October and March, please?
So which association is which?
Which association?
Just to know which is which, because one is in support all year and one is one further, just to know which association is which. If we know.
Newsham wanted to revert back.
Which was the other one?
5 small ones.
We'll take a vote on all those that opposing all year fire, revert back to October to March. Permissions. Yeah, and we'll vote when they vote as well. So this is opposing the all year fires and revert back to October and March. Can we have a show of hands, please?
It's unanimous, don't
So it's unanimous that we go back to October to March.
Thank you very much. Agenda 7 will go to 7.2, which is the annual governance and accountability return. To formally acknowledge the conclusion of the audit of the 31st of March 2025 of the Governance Committee.
Yeah.
Yeah. You stand up, please. Thanks.
Said that. Formally acknowledged.
So I get knowledge of it.
Yeah. Proposed to formally acknowledged.
So the council on ordering acceptance of the EAGOR.
Yeah.
Agreed.
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 And I'll go to 7.3, which is a mayoral cadet. It was governance committee. Is this one to agree to the policy that's written?
Council agreed to the.
Does council agree to the mayoral cadet?
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah, thank you.
Next one.
7.4 is the attendance policy. Do we all agree that the attendance policy is suitable? Agreed. Very much. For the 8, which is decision reports, 8.1, MCC, community governance review. The note comment on the draft response to the NCC Community Governance Review. Next one after that one. Sorry, a question in so basically states. Yeah, it was a questionnaire, put out. Let's see on this one. Yeah.
The county council are carrying out a consultation on the governance of towns and parishes. And it's not an in-depth survey, but our draft, which we're asking for council to approve, is just basically to stay with the status quo as we have now, that we are awarded, boundaries, for the Croft and Plessy and things like that. We feel we've got enough councillors. There has just been a review of the electoral area, so we're just in line with stay as we are. But that's open for discussion if people think different.
And anybody on that one? So Jones.
I just wanted to check, is this something that councillors can respond to individually as well, or is it just that we all agree on behalf of the council and you do the same?
Well, I received this from the county council as town clerk, asking that the town council's decision be agreed and noted at a meeting before November.
Okay, it just noted that it says whether you're completing it as parish clerk or parish councillor, so I wondered if it held any more weight, as well as us agreeing as a council, whether we done it as councillors as well. Yeah.
I think we had a separate one regarding polling stations. If the polling stations were separate, well, it's suitable for everybody,
Yeah.
Anybody else on this one? No? Agreed. Is that agreed? Agreed. But 8.2 office arrangements for the Christmas 2025 to consider. Has everybody read what's going to happen here? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to propose that the council agree this would change it to 12 o'clock on Tuesday, the 23rd of December. I think since May this year, the officers have been great. We've had some long evenings and extended meetings through the year. So I'd like the whole council to resolve to approve that, but change it from 5 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
And I'll second that.
Thank you, Cal.
I'll third it for such a.
Merry Christmas.
We agree on that one. Yeah, thank you very much. 8.3, Article 4, direction to consider. Article 4. Ronald. Yeah.
I haven't really anything to add to the report, apart from to note that an Article 4 direction will not stop HMOs. It is only to have more control and consultation over them. It's a decision for the council to make as to whether they want to write to the county council with this case.
Councillor Erskine.
Just to make sure, because Councillor Fair, and that we've spoken on several occasions about this on the phone, about this. Yes, Councillor?
Yes.
Just to make sure that this is going to list every single, there'll be a register, every single HMO, no matter what the size. Just I want to make sure that is within this.
Already
Yes.
within the collective licensing area of Croft.
Yeah.
They maintain a register of HMOs with 6 or less occupants.
Yes.
A register is maintained with licensing for HMOs with 7 and more occupants.
Yes.
This would relate to new planning applications for change of use. So I'm not aware that it will provide information of the existing properties, but if a new planning application goes in, that's something we'd have to query further with the planning department. I'm not sure whether it's retrospective and providing information.
I'll just wait that.
Sorry.
So I would like to propose that we do have a register of even existing ones, so we can keep an eye on the ones of all HMOs in Black.
I can give you a list if you like.
If you don't mind, Cap, I'm quite happy of it. I make a second that.
Well, this is to resolve, formally write to Northumberland County Council requesting that an Article 4 direction be progressed for homes of multiple occupation within Blythe, and to provide local supporting evidence and observations to assist NCC in assessing the impacts on local amenity and community well-being as it is required. Councillor Nisbet.
The only thing I've got with the HMOs, a lot of them are in the Croft Road area. I'm an owner occupier. And I believe that from the future, my house will just devalue altogether because we're running HMOs. I'm not against any, everybody's got a right to live somewhere, but it seems as though it's all is in the Croft Road, and that's the only thing I've got for it. But I'm not racist. Everybody's got to be able to live somewhere. The only thing I'm thinking of is because I'm an owner occupier, I could devalue my house.
Right, thank you very
And
much.
that's right.
Councillor Erskine.
Chair, I would also like, because we had the figures, I'm allowed to say that the percentage of Blythe's HMOs or not from that, the last meeting, Chair.
Within the report.
That's in the report.
Yeah, I'm just making sure, you know.
Right, so this is in the public records.
But I would like to put a limit on how many actually Blythe has, because Blythe and Hurstville, we've got 83%.
Yeah.
Blythe's got 43% of all HMOs that are registered. Of seven or more, am I right? Is that right, Tim? So I would like to put a limit on how many is allowed in each area. I would like to propose that in there as well, because we can't keep on having to take Hurst and Buffwood, and the rest of Blythe and Ashton can't just keep on being the place where the HMOs are going. We need to put a limitation on how many are in each geographical area.
Yes.
Spread them out, give Morpeth some, yes, give Hexham some, Berwick, spread them out, make other town councils responsible as well.
Yes, so this report will be put in, it's down to county council again, I think, you know.
Well, that's what I would like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's what an Article 4 is.
We all agree Article 4 is going in.
Great.
Right. Agenda 9, delegated decisions report. There's no delegated decisions to report. And agenda 10 is the date and the time of the next meeting. The next full council meeting will be held Thursday, the 8th of January, 2026 at 6 p.m. at Arms 17 House. And public question time starts at 6 p.m. And I'd like to thank everybody. Sorry.
Let us wish the whole council a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes.
See you on the 8th of January.
Lovely.
For your third.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Full council.